Namaskar, welcome to this session 10 part 1 on the climate risk resilience. The last session 9 have been focusing on building resilience. Now we are moving to a new dimension of discussion on climate risk resilience. In this session, I will give you the fair idea about the climate risk resilience and also talk about strategies for a future which is sustainable and which can ensure a safety. Let us move on to discussions. Climate resilience refers to the ability to adapt, recover and thrive among increasing climate risks. It focuses on protecting communities, ecosystem and economies against climate induced challenges. It is proactive planning which is essential to address the current and future climate hazard effectively. What is the importance of climate risk resilience? Number 1 is the rising hazards. The frequency and intensity of the floods, droughts and heat waves are increasing due to climate change. These events call for innovative solutions such as early warning systems, advanced weather forecasting and construction of sustainable infrastructure to mitigate their impacts. Number 2, protect vulnerable population. Smallholder farmers and urban poor communities face the greatest risk as they often lack the resources to adapt to or recover from the climate shocks. Resilience ensures must prioritize these groups, ensuring they have access to financial support, training and essential resources. Third is the cost effective solutions. Investing in resilience not only saves lives, but it also proves highly cost efficient in time to come. What are the key elements of climate resilience? Number 1, anticipation and adaptation. Proactively develop tools such as early warning system, climate risk assessments and predictive models to prepare for and manage risk effectively. Number 2, nature based solutions. Harness the power of ecosystem like mangroves, wetlands, green urban species to act as a natural buffers against hazards while enhancing biodiversity and community benefits. And the third is community empowerment. It involves local population in resilience building through participatory mapping, inclusive decision making and training programs to ensure tailored, effective and sustainable solutions. And the fourth is robust infrastructure. It builds climate resilient infrastructure such as flood proof housing, advanced storm weather management systems and durable transportation networks capable of withstanding extreme weather conditions. Let us talk about anticipation and adaptation. For adaptation, it need to anticipate in advance, and for that we have the predictive tools like GIS technologies, satellite imaging and climate models to anticipate risks such as flooding, droughts and heat waves, enabling timely preventive measures. Let us talk on example in Bangladesh. The flood zoning has significantly reduced the impact of annual monsoons by relocating vulnerable communities and adapting agricultural practices, saving countless of lives and infrastructure. And number 3, proactive decision making. Anticipation enables governments and the communities to act before disasters that occurs, reducing the casualties, economic losses and long term disruptions unlike reactive responses. Second solution is nature based solutions. Ecosystem acting as a natural barriers. It utilizes mangroves, wetlands and urban green spaces to absorb flood waters, reduce heat island effects and stabilize shorelines. And second is broader benefits that it gives, not only mitigate climate risk but also enhance biodiversity, support the livelihoods and improve public health and well-being. As a case study, we can discuss Cyclone Amphan in 2020 in the Sundarban mangrove served as a vital natural shield, significantly reducing storm surges and preventing large scale devastation in the adjacent regions. Let us talk about community empowerment. Participatory risk mapping, number 1, actively involves local community in identifying vulnerabilities and mapping risk to ensure tailored locally relevant solutions. Number 2, preparedness training. Equip communities with disaster preparedness skills such as evacuation, planning and resource management to enable faster and more coordinated response during crisis. As an example, we can give the example of Kerala, where community-driven flood preparedness initiatives, including early warning systems and organized evacuation, had played a crucial role in minimizing the casualties during 2018 monsoons. Next point of discussion is resilient infrastructure. Flood resistant designs build infrastructure and it is designed to withstand floods such as elevated housing, improved drainage systems and minimize damage during extreme weather events. Number 2 is smart technologies which incorporate innovations, real-time monitoring system, automated flood barriers and IoT based sensors to enhance infrastructure resilience and efficiency. Let us try to understand through an example of Netherlands, where advanced flood barrier systems including iconic mesh-lattering have protected millions of lives and vital economic assets from rising sea levels and storm surges. Next point of discussion is global framework. Under the global frameworks, we are having the two frameworks. Number 1 is the Paris Agreement and number 2 is the Sendai Agreement. Under Paris Agreement, we know that it is a landmark global accord aimed at limiting global temperature rise to well below 2 degrees centigrade and preferably below 1.5 degrees centigrade. It focuses on mobilizing financial resources in support developing nations in building climate resilience. Mechanisms such as green climate finance help finance projects in renewable energy, disaster preparedness and sustainable agriculture. And the second category is Sendai framework, which focuses on risk reduction, early warning system and disaster preparedness. Sendai framework for disaster risk reduction emphasizes reducing loss of lives and assets through better risk management. As an example, India's Narmada Basin Resilience Project has already integrated these frameworks for local adaptations. There are many local initiatives taking place which is building resilience in the system. Number 1, urban heat action plans. Ahmedabad initiatives on urban heat action plan has reduced the heat related deaths to the tune of 30% through targeted interventions. Number 2, watershed management. Rajasthan implemented watershed management programs to conserve water, improve soil health and enhance agricultural yields. Surat climate strategy. Surat's integrated urban planning initiatives focused on upgrading drainage system, creating flood resistant housing and mapping flood prone areas. These efforts have protected millions from seasonal floods and enhanced uninterrupted city functions. Next point to discuss is climate change and disaster risk. Rising global temperatures and it is fueling more frequent and severe events such as cyclones, heat waves and wildfires. These disasters cause widespread disruption to lives and economies. From Himalayan glacial melt to coastal cyclones, India's geography makes it particularly vulnerable to climate risk. The frequency of such disaster is expected to rise as climate change progresses. A combination of early warning, nature-based solutions and community-led initiatives can help reduce impact of disasters and ensure long-term adaptability. Let us discuss now what is the impact of climate change on disasters. The first impact is the heat waves and the cyclones, which lead to the loss of life, damage to the infrastructure and ecosystem degradation. and often affecting more particularly the vulnerable populations the most. Second is the erratic precipitation cycles create water management challenges ranging from urban flooding to agricultural droughts, impacting flood and water security. And the third is coastal areas face dual threat of erosion, saltwater intrusion, putting communities, agricultural lands and biodiversity all at risk. The heat wave conditions. Rising global temperatures increases the frequency and severity of the heat waves. The Earth's warming climate has caused prolonged and intense heat waves endangering human health and straining energy systems. Europe's 2019 heat wave has led to $1 billion in crop losses. Unprecedented heat in Europe severely impacted agriculture, reducing crop yields and increasing flood prices. Andhra Pradesh heat wave in 2015 caused over 2,500 fatalities. The heat wave highlighted the urgent need for heat action plans and public awareness campaign in the vulnerable regions. Next is the cyclonic activity. Rising ocean temperatures provide more energy for cyclone formations, making storms more powerful and devastating. This category 5 hurricane Dorian in 2019 caused 3.4 billion in damages and wreaked havoc in Bahamas, destroying homes, infrastructure and livelihoods. In India, cyclone Amphan in 2020 displaced 4 million people, causing $13 billion in losses. Now another impact of climate change is shifting precipitation patterns. Climate change has disrupted rainfall patterns, leading to extremes that strain water resources and infrastructure. Kerala floods in 2018 caused immense human and economic losses. Unusually heavy monsoon rains led to widespread flooding, impacting millions of people and causing billions of damages. Prolonged droughts in Marathwada severely impacted the agriculture. Persistent water shortages reduced the crop yields, leaving farmers financially and socially vulnerable. Rising seawater level is another impact of the climate change. Coastal flooding and erosion impact urban areas and agricultural lands. Rising seas inundate low-lying areas, damage infrastructure and degrade fertile farmland, affecting food security. Miami in US suffers from sunny day floods that damages infrastructure significantly. Gradual loss of land in Sundarban forces communities to relocate and endangers critical mangrove ecosystem that provide natural buffer against any natural disaster. The next point is spreading wildfires. Prolonged dry spells and rising temperatures create ideal conditions for wildfires. Climate change exacerbates the frequency and intensity of the wildfires by prolonging droughts and increasing heat. These conditions create vast stretches of flammable vegetation leading to uncontrollable fires, and the biggest impact is the ecosystem disruption. Climate change threatens biodiversity, disrupts ecosystem worldwide. Rising temperatures, habitat loss and pollution drive many species toward extinction, disrupting delicate ecological balance. These impacts cascade across the ecosystem, affecting the human as well. Coral reefs in Andaman Nicobar Islands are experiencing significantly bleaching events, threatening the livelihoods of the local fishing communities and the region's natural beauty. Now, what are the strategies for the building resilience? Coastal protection measures like sea walls, embankments safeguards communities from rising seas, storm surges and flooding while preserving infrastructure on the farmland. AI-driven early warning system is there to provide real-time alerts to mitigate the risks. And the need is to invest in the resilience. Mobilize climate finance for large-scale resilience projects like Green Climate Funds. The Green Climate Fund helps developing countries adapt to climate impacts through financial support for projects in renewable energy, infrastructure resilience and sustainable agriculture. And what is the role of education and awareness? Introduce disaster preparedness programs in schools to foster future ready communities, incorporating disaster education into school curriculum that ensures that young people are aware of the climate risk and they are equipped with the knowledge to respond effectively. Now, what are the challenges to the climate resilience? Insufficient funding slows resilience building measures. Number 2, limited implementation of the nature based solutions hampers long term sustainability. And then moving to the conclusion that there are challenges ahead of us, but still there more is required to be done to ensure climate risk resilience. And the key points what we want to go to conclude that building resilience ensures that the system is safe and they can face any challenges in future. Proactive strategies mitigate risk, ensure adaptability and promote sustainable development. By acting ahead of the crisis, we are in a position to sustain the crisis and face challenges. Collaboration and innovations are key to building a thriving, resilient future for all. A united approach combining scientific innovation, community action and global cooperation can pave the way for a sustainable and climate resilient future. And with this, I am closing this session here. Meet you in the next session. Thank you very much for joining the session. Namaskar.